Hassan Oluyori today, and I'm a lot of things. However, I'm also a customer service expert, right? A customer experience expert, and I've been doing this for over for years. Let's say close to 5 7 years now, and I can tell you that to a large extent, I know a few things around customer experience, right? And I want to also say that if you're on this call, you should please celebrate my friend and my brother because I'm not very cheap to move around. You understand that I place much value on my wealth of knowledge, so I'm not very easy to move around. But because I also place plenty and great value upon friendship also, I couldn't but say no to my friend. You understand that? And one of the reasons why I'm not very cheap is because of you tech guys. You understand that many of our pressures, right, as believers, is coming from the tech space. And I also want to say that you guys are the cause why we can, because before now, if you're staying in Nigeria currently, if NEPA officials, PSN officials come to your house, then in the old times, you could beg them, you could bribe your way around it. They will not cut off your lights. You understand that? So some bills were avoidable at those days. You could beg your way out of NEPA bills. If you don't have money, you may not be able to pay. You could just beg your way or even bribe your way and give them 500 naira, 1k. They will not cut your lights and they will allow you. But since tech folks, right, came into the system, and I mean tech folks by saying you particularly, right, you guys brought in technical measures into the into our bill payment space, and that means that now I'm only seeing the applications, right? So I cannot beg the app once my payment for the month is over, right? I'm already out of light, so I have to do all I can to stay in light, right? So that's one of those effects that tickets have cost upon us. So I'm not really cheap to move around, but I wanted to sincerely celebrate my friend and my brother Adeyemi Praise for hosting this kind of meeting. And I also want to say that tech is not a new adventure. You understand that tech is not a new adventure. However, tech is just, and there's nothing even new on earth currently. Yes, Bible was saying to us that there's nothing new on the sky anymore. It's everything we currently see now are only reoccurring factors, right? That means they once existed before, they are only occurring now. So what we would then call new, or what we would say is new, is only the old happening to new people. And you can write that down somewhere. What we call new in our own age and time now is just the old, just old stuff happening to new people. And you must understand that when old stuff happens to new people, or when new guys undo old events, they do it in an extraordinary way. Do you understand that they do it in a very exceptional manner? So that's what is happening to in tech also currently. It is just old events, right, happening to new people and also happening through new people. So you guys are the new guys in tech. We had tech guys before you guys surfaced, right? But what is currently happening to us right now, I would think it is a new idea, is that you guys, the new guys, are doing the old stuff in a very different and a very beautiful way. That is what I'm currently experiencing now. Do you understand that? So there's nothing new on the earth. However, you guys are doing a very great job. I always say that innovation is not bringing up something new, right? It would just be improving on something that already existed before. Like what you guys are currently doing now, just trying to improve on what have existed before, and also creating new ideas we've not seen before also. So I'll be moving forward now. And okay, so I go to my slide that I have over 5 years of experience in this service, and I can tell you that I have few assertions actually about customer experience. And I would say that customer service is a heart matter. That means it is far beyond an action. It transcends into the matter of the heart. So it is a heart matter. And I said here again that this experience we're going to learn about, this our customer service experience we're going to learn about, is the new marketing strategy. This is the new way to market your product, right? probably, we've left the era of billboards. It's beautiful to have billboards, please. But now, we are now in the era of customer service, where you can attract your clients by serving them properly. And I also say here that customer service does not begin with the customer, right? It doesn't begin with your client. It begins with an engaged and an empowered employee, right? So your employees must be engaged and they must be empowered. So if you do not have employees, right, if you're not in the big space yet, and you don't have employees yet, then it begins with you as the person, as the one-man business, right? As the one man in your business, you must be engaged and empowered. And I mean engaged by saying that you must frequently talk to yourself or engage your staff about your company's vision, about the vision of your industry, and also empower them with all they need to deliver excellent service to your customers. So it begins not with the customers, and even more like the middleman in this game, right? Because if you begin it from your hand and it influence them, they can also influence others, right? So that's the aim of this our journey, that we can influence the customer, and in turn, it can also influence many other customers and bring them to buy from us. I always say that an happy customer, right, or an angry customer rather first, is more likely to talk to 10 people, right, about how angry he is about a service, while an happy customer will only say to just 5 people. So if you get a customer angry, your bad news will spread than when you get a customer happy. You get the person. So you want to try all you can not to get your customers angry, because once you do that, they spread even you yourself, right? It is easier to spread bad news than good news, right? It is very easy to spread bad news than good news. So don't try to get your customers to be angry with you, because it is easy for them to spread your bad record than it is to spread your good records. So also, please, you must be aware, you must understand that it is not possible to learn this particular topic in a day, right? It is not possible. It is practically impossible. This particular topic is a course on its own, where people go to learn for over 1 month. When I got my job, I did a 2-month training about this particular service. A 2-month training, a 2-month extensive, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 1 hour break training. You get the point? And it was a rigorous training, right? So there are more extensive stuff in this particular course. However, I also believe that we can do the impossible. That means God can help us compress time, right? And I can deliver this class to you in less than 30-40 minutes, right? So please, I want to beg you to put your heart into this class, right? I want to also really beg you to put your heart into the class, and if you have any question along the line, please, you can write them down. I would respond to them once you are done with the class. Now, let us define customer service. Before we go into that, I want to ask you 6 questions, and I want you to write the answers down. You don't need to tell me the answers, right? You don't need to tell me what the answers are, but they are only mind-provoking and challenging questions. So you can respond to them subsequently. If you have a mentor, right, in business, you can give them this response later. So I have a question here. The first is, why am I in business? So you can say, why am I in business? That's the first question. Or why am I in career? Or why am I doing this career? Why am I in business? Or why am I pursuing this career? You understand? Why am I in business? Or why am I pursuing a career? The next one is, why did I choose tech? So out of all the careers, out of all the businesses, out of all the sectors in the world, why did I choose tech? That's the second question. And the third question is, why do I get stressed? You understand that? Why do I get stressed? Why do I get stressed in this my area of choice? Right? Why do I still get stressed? And the fourth question is, what is the function of my mind? What is the use of my mind? What is the duty of my mind? And the next one is, what is the duty of my hands? What is the duty of my hands? And then the sixth question, which is the last question, is what is that one thing that I'm sure that I will succeed if I do? What is that one thing I am sure about that I would succeed if I do? So now let's define customer service. These are the set of activities, and by the way, this is my own created or crafted definition after spending this long in the service. This is not from ChatGPT or from AI Metal that you guys created for us again. I don't know, but this is not from those platforms or even Google. This is my self-crafted and created definition. You may not see this anywhere, and it may not meet it may not look like the regular kind that I've seen anywhere. This is my own way of defining customer service. I said here that these are the set of activities that you put in place in your organization to find yourself in your customer's heart on a positive side. I will take that again. These are the set of activities you put in place in your organization to find yourself, and that is to find your firm, to find your business, to find your area of career in a positive side in your customer's heart. These are the set of activities, and please online the word activities, right? Activities you put in place in your firm to find yourself in your customer's heart on a positive side. Then moving forward, I said customer service is not just engaging customers. It is, for me, it is far beyond just talking to you on phone or just chatting you, right? Because you have different interface for customer service. You have the remote interface, the physical interface, right? For physical, you meet me on a one-on-one basis, right? I come to your store, I come to your office. We have the remote where I don't see you at all. We just talk virtually on phone. And their phone etiquette, their email etiquette, their chat etiquette, and all, because we have a live chat channel, we have the email channel, we have the social media channel, so we have those etiquettes individually. But far beyond engaging with the customers through these channels, it is not just engaging with them, it is a service. It is what we call service. So you are serving your customers in customer service. That's why it is actually called service. Because after you serve them, they must live with an experience. So I said there that the same way that leadership, right? Because many of us growing up or when we were in school or anywhere we were, we've learned about, I said these are the set of activities you put in place in your firm to find yourself in your customer's heart on a positive side. So these are the set of activities that drive your firm or that drive you into the hearts of your customers and leave you on a positive side. Did we get that correctly now? Timothy? Did you get that correctly? Okay, good. That's fine. So when I say that the same way that leadership is service, customer service also is a service too. It's not just engaging with your customer, right? You're not just engaging with them, calling them on phone, because you could call anybody on phone and you could just engage anybody any way you feel like engaging them, either good or bad. But when you understand that the way you see leadership is how you must see this particular service also, the way your heart goes out for your followers, the way your heart sacrifice for your followers, in that same order, you have to sacrifice and go out for your customers also. I understand that many of us are like, why am I doing all these things, right? Okay, so let us move forward. I said here that leading brands lead because they lead in customer service. Leading brands lead because they lead in customer service. So every leading brand you currently see out there, they are leading because they lead in customer service. They are in charge. They are always leading in this service I'm talking about. And I said before now that this service is the new marketing. We'll soon get there, for this service we're talking about is the new marketing. It's the new idea of marketing, far beyond your advertisement on social media. But this is the new marketing. So I've had many sessions with people, and I mean, like for branding and all. And when I ask them that why are they in business, I'm saying about that. Somebody came into my office. So when I ask them why are you in business, right? Why are you doing business? They'll be like, I'm doing business because I want to solve a problem, right? And I know that's just a lie in their heart to cover their real reason for being in business. I always like to say that the business of a business is business. You are in business for business, right? You are into business for business. You are into business, you are into career, you're into tech, you're into this field of business because you want to do business. And business means that you are getting reward for what you do. So far beyond just solving problem. Because if you are able to solve problem, then go and do CDS. You get the point. Go and do community development. Go and sweep the marketplace. But you are in business because you want to solve a problem that can in return give you money. This is what business really is, right? So you're into business because of business. You are in business for business. So you just put that on your notes somewhere. You are into business for business. You are here to do business. And in business, our major aim, right, is to solve problems that would in return give us money. Do you get that? And who will solve the problem for? Our customers. Do you get that? And you don't want to solve problems and not get anybody to come and buy from you. You get the point. You don't want to just solve problems and nobody is rewarding you for what you're solving. Maybe if you're a believer, maybe God can reward you. I don't know, but you don't want to solve problems and not get people to pay or reward you for what you've done. So I always say in my branding class that the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the reward you get. So if you solve a minute problem, you get a minute payment, right? But if you solve a major problem, you get major rewards. And one of the ways to get or to solve major problems or big problems is to solve unreasonable or unimaginable problems, right? Things that people do not want to do, you go there and do it, right? So if what you do is scarce, then people would come to you with their money because it's valuable. Value is not in plenty many times. It is in scarcity. So when we say that what you are doing, only you can do it, and we want to come to you and pay the money. So your customers are the channel through which you get this money. So you are in business because you want to make money, right? And customers are the channel through which you get this money paid into your account. You can't get the money from the tree, or if you create the product and nobody is buying from you, or if you offer the service, if you went to learn tech, you went to do all these things and nobody is coming to you for gigs, right? Then it's just a waste of activity. So you must understand that customers are the channel to which you get your reward in business, right? Please hold on, my screen is locked. I have to call that. Please hold on. Alright, so I said here that where the pleasure of a man is, there will his heart be. Now what the Bible said, right? God was saying to us that where the pleasure of a man is, there will his heart be. That means where a man finds pleasure or finds value, then his heart will be there, right? And I say again that wherever a man's heart is, it's going to channel his pleasure to that place also. So if your business is offering value to customers, right? If they see you as, if they view you as a valuable person to give value to them perpetually, then their heart will be with you. And once you can have their heart, right, then they can also channel their pleasure to you again. So it's like a cycle, right? You get them to see how valuable your brand or your business or you are, and you can get them to see all these things by customer service. And I'm saying this again to explain that far beyond how you engage your customers, it's a service of the heart, right? The people don't see how much you value them until they see how much you are willing to give up for them, right? How much you are willing to give to them, how much you are willing to serve them. So if you can serve your customers properly before, during, and after a particular encounter with you, then their heart will be with you, and where their heart is, they can also channel their money to that place. Have you seen guys? Sorry for using this example, but have you seen guys that will do a job, right? They will do a susu, they will do gather money from around September, right? Every month in September, every month till February, just to buy their girlfriend a Valentine present. Because their heart is with that person, they are willing to sacrifice their money for that person also. Because I don't know who you are dating, but if you are dating a loving person, and will give you money. You get the point? Because every love affair, right? Every art every art affair, yes, would exchange value. And what is valuable to you is going to be, will be expressed also. I always say that one of our most valuable resource is time, right? And if you are true to yourself, you are paid by time. So per time rather, you are paid per hour. For me now, I work 7 hours every day, and I'm paid per hour, right? So if I give you, let's say if I give you $2 or $15 or $30, right? I'm most likely giving you a part of my time, because maybe I'm being paid $30 per hour, right? And I'm giving you $30. That means I went to work that day and I worked 1 hour just to give you that money. So if anybody is seeing you as valuable too, they are willing to give you their time by giving you money also. You get the point, right? So I said now. So the next slide will be, how do you attract your customers, right? How do you attract your customers? So I like to ask questions a lot, right? And I don't want to also get instant answers, but if you can give me answers to this one, I'll be fine, right? I'll be so glad you can unmute and give me responses to this one. I'll be fine. Why do you think people don't buy from you? Or why do you think people do not patronize you? Why? Anybody wants to respond? Why do you think people do not buy from you?
I think it's because people are not very aware of my offerings. I think that's the reason people don't buy from me at times.
Oh, that's very beautiful. That's a beautiful response, sir. Please, what's your name, sir? I didn't see who responded because my screen. What's your name, sir?
Okay, Timothy.
So I said in my notes here that if you assume or if you think people don't buy because they don't have money, or they don't have time, or they don't need what to sell, then maybe you're not actively in marketing. Alright. Apparently you can be in marketing but not actively in marketing. Right? You can be in business and not be there actively. Do you understand? Because or maybe you are in business or you're even selling and you're not properly taking you're not taking measures, you're not measuring how much you are making, where you're making your most sales from, because you must be very, very careful about selling or marketing. You must be deliberate to check how much you're making, what is your major source of sales, how much do you make from that source, what is the second major source of sale, what is my least source of sale. So you must be able to measure all those parameters, because if you don't measure them, you would be channeling your energy to the wrong direction. So if you're in sales and or if you're currently in business and you think that people don't buy because they don't have money, then you're not really in marketing. You're not putting the energy into marketing, because I've seen people that went to borrow money to buy stuff. You get the point? If you think they don't have time, people have left they've called in sick at work. Get the point? They lie to be sick at work just to go and buy a particular product, because if they don't buy it at that point, they will lose the offer. People don't need what they're buying. That's a lie. Right? That's a lie too. People need what you're buying. Show me the value of what you're selling. Sorry, I missed some. I didn't get that. It left my screen very fast. So I said, why do you think people don't buy from you? And I was saying that they don't they have, if you think they don't buy because they don't have money, or they don't have time, or they don't have but they don't need what to sell, then they're not really in marketing. So you must be able to check and balance your marketing streams and see where your major source of sales is coming from, where the second major, please note that is very, very important, where your major source of sale is coming from, then the second source, and then the least source of sale. You must be able to measure those parameters. I'm also saying now that you don't want to channel your energy into the wrong direction, right? You want to focus on where you are getting the major source of sale and the least source of sale. So I was then saying again that if I've seen people borrow money to buy what they want to buy. You get the point. I've seen people call in sick. They lie to their boss that they're not feeling fine just to buy a particular offer, right? I've seen people also buy what they don't really need. You get the point, right? I've seen people buy what they don't really need. Even you sometimes you have gone to the market and you like, why did I buy this cup? I don't need this cup. So there are ways to get people to buy from you that is far beyond that can cut beyond what you think that is on their mind. People can borrow money just to get your services. That's the point. People that want to do wedding, some of them go and they'll borrow money just to rent a very fancy hall. They'll borrow money just to get a very well-known or influential DJ. They'll borrow money just to hire a very well-known event manager. You get the point. So you must know that far beyond what you think that they think in their mind, they don't buy because of some certain parameters. And one is because you yourself don't know yourself. How to attract your clients, you must first know yourself. Find yourself in the market noise, because marketing, right, or business is like the regular day-to-day Agbara market, regular day-to-day Ibadan market, Dugbe market is like the regular Lagos Bariga market. So there is noise there. There are plenty of people selling plenty stuff, right? But you as a seller, you must find yourself. And this will mean that you must find what you want to sell, find a niche to sell it, right? I mean, I didn't say need, I said niche. Like find a niche to sell what you're selling, then find a way also to communicate that need to them properly. You get the point. So you must first of all find yourself in the marketplace. Know who you are, what you are currently trying to sell to them, what is unique about about me. Then find all those things that's going to be like talking about branding yourself, right? Find a brand for yourself. Know who you are, know what you stand for in the market. And many people are currently into business because they spoke with a brand analyst and he told them to go and look for their core vision or their core values. He just went on Google or AI and took up the core vision from there. You must look into yourself, right? Search around yourself and say, what do I really stand for? That is how you can know yourself in the midst of the market. Because if you don't know you, people cannot find you, right? People will define you wrongly, even though you don't know yourself. You get the point. Even people will know themselves. They define them wrongly. I'm supposed to see you when you can't know yourself. You get the point. So you must find yourself in the market noise. And second, you must know who your customers are. Right? That's what I was saying. I'm talking about your major channel of sales, your least channel of sales. You get the point. You must know who your customers are. You are selling baggy jeans. Okay, I was in a meeting one time. I had a session with somebody one time, and we were discussing about a bank product. It was a need to launch a banking product, right? We wanted to launch a new bank account type, right? And the account type is channeled towards age 15 to 22. That's from I guess SSS3 to NYC. You get the point. So that was the idea for the sorry please. That was the idea for the account type, right? So we then started talking about who to sell it to, and everybody kept on talking about the youth. We already know that's our first audience. However, they are those youths, right? They have parents. You get the point now. They have parents. So if you are targeting the youth as our major channel of sales, we can also channel or target their parents as our second most as our second channel of sale. So you must find your client, and knowing your customers does not just mean knowing them by name, right? I always say that you can by past past perceived need, right, or past perceived void, you can create a present perceived value. Please, you can write that down. By knowing a past perceived void or a past perceived need, you can create a present day value for people. So if you've seen what people of a particular set of age used to like when they were growing up, right? You were there before too. You've left that particular age. You can, by your own self past perceived void, you can create a present value for them to buy. For instance, now, let me give an example now. I love this thing so much. I love dressing well so much. I love fashion so much, and that was because growing up, right, my dad was like this too. So there was a picture in my past of my father. That's my own perceived need. I want to be like my dad, to dress this way, to speak like he speaks, to do like he does. So I wanted to dress in a particular way like my dad was dressing when I was growing up too. So that's my own past passive need, my past passive, my past passive void. Again, it could be that maybe when we were growing up, your dad never had a car, right? That's the void in your life, right? For me too, he never had a car, right? So I was always hopping on different bikes. So my value system now is that when I have money, to avoid or to take my children off that particular kind of lifestyle, I want to buy a car too. You get the point? So there is a past perceived void in my heart, right? That is now producing a current day value in my eyes. So you must know your customers to that point where you can tell what their past passive void is, to create a current day value for them. What's the passive in their heart before as a need? If they sit in their eyes now, it will be valuable to them. It will be value to them. Currently, I value clothes so much, right? I value clothes so much because I was once in need of that kind of lifestyle. I wanted to be like my dad one day, to dress like him, wear agbada, wear senator wear dress nice and all. Now I currently, if you price clothes for me in a very expensive manner, I will not buy it now, but one day I will buy it. That's my mindset. So it must also find your customer, know who they really are, know how to target them properly. And then the next one is to place unique value on your product. Yes, place unique value on your product. I cannot over loud this matter, right, or this particular point. This is to say that people don't buy things because they don't have money, right? They buy because there is an urgency placed on the value you are currently selling to them. So, for instance, now you think you can't sell some stuff, right? You think you can't sell some particular product until you see another person selling that product expressly. You get the point? I mean, selling the product with ease all over the place. It's selling everywhere. You're like, how is he doing this thing? That person has developed a way to place urgency on his value. Yes, place urgency on his value. Yes, place urgency on his value. That is the idea behind this stuff, right? You must deliberately look for a way to to place unique value on your product and your services. That's the idea. So you must find a way to do this for your own business too, or for your craft. You don't just sit down there and think people come and buy from you. You must develop unique value for your product. Find a way, do all you can to create it. For instance, now, very soon, right? Very soon, by statistics, right? People will start to sell us money product, and I mean money by saying financial product, right? We start to see people sending us loans, people sending us investment, people sending us different monetary products. That's because there is a current need for money, right? So you think I can't take loan. You think I cannot ever take loan. No, I can never ever do this, until when somebody like me, right, begin to now place importance on how much money you currently need to establish yourself. So even if your product is, there's a book I read some days, some months back, how to sell even the worst stuff, because you can even sell the most dangerous stuff to people. For instance, now let me give you an example. Earbuds, right? Earpods. The feature that the company is sending to you is that you can cancel noise, right? That you can use your earbud to cancel noise around you. You can use your earbud to cancel being distracted. But if you look into that thing intrinsically, you would see that that thing can also kill you. Because, for instance, now you're on the road, right, where there is noise around you. I want to cut off the noise, right? And you plug your earbud on your ears, and a big car is coming, a big truck is coming. Because of the noise cancellation effect on the earbud, you will not hear the noise of the seller coming behind you. And if you're not careful, it could knock you down. You get the point. Though it has its own negative effect, but the seller, those guys selling it, they've amplified, they've placed unique value on their product. They say that I'm a Korean fan, but this is what we want to tell to you. They are sending you this particular value, so you must also create your own value. You may be expensive, because practically, right, you could be expensive, right? You could be expensive. You could be anything, right? But if you can increase the value of what you are trying to sell to them, because you must sell to them a particular niche, right? You must put a particular value to their faces, and I mean that value must be unique to yourself. It must be extremely unique. So Oraimo now, they sell the uniqueness of their sound, and also their earpod structure. So it's like the regular kind of structure, and it gives a different kind of sound. Now again, they're not giving you a chance to customize your own voice in your ear. So if you press play, you hear your voice say, you should not. They're not trying to place a unique value on their product. You also, as a service provider or as a service giver, you must deliberately find time to place unique value on your product also. So create a story with your product or your service that everybody wants to be part of. And this is the point where you rise to a place of influence, right? Whereby they can say that my website was designed by this person. You get the point, right? When you are now the sell point, you're now the sell point of even their product, right? They can now begin to boast about them and say that my site or my app was designed by this particular person. You get the point, right? So that is the idea. So that is the idea. Create a story behind your product that everybody wants to find themselves in. So this is also to say to you that let your service cut across both the poor, the rich, the old, the young, and the elderly, right? Let it cut across everybody. That's not quite easy to build, right? It's not really easy to build. But as time goes on, right, as you think about your service, you can find a leveraging ground for everybody to find themselves in your product. For instance, now in the banking sector, we have evergreen account, right? That speaks about the old guys. We have solo account that talks about the youth. We have SMS account that talks about the young people. So you can also develop a kind of service like that can cut across different sectors. Because if I'm looking for a product, right, and I'm not going to see that product type in your service, I will not come to you. So you can attract your client by also creating a story with your product or service that everybody wants to be part of, right? That's even the idea of branding, right? It is the story you tell that I want to either be part of or not be part of. For instance, now Nike, right? The story behind Nike, everybody wants to be part of it. Every sportsman, every racer wants to be part of the Nike story. So you get the point, right? So you must also create a story like that that can attract people to want to be part of. Moving forward is how to then manage your customers. How do I manage my customers? So one of the major, okay, let me just say this thing that I have noticed. I have noticed that it is much easier to manage customers than to make customers. It is much easier to manage a customer than to get a new customer. So if you already have an existing customer, it is much more easier to manage them than to now start to look for new customers. You want to be very careful not to lose your customer along the way, to find a way to manage them and not to lose them. Right? So, and this is very, very easy to do, quite easy to do. It is just a matter of the heart, right? You must consistently try to, put your heart in that state. I said here that do it consistently. Consistently do it purposefully until you can do it passively. Consistently do it purposefully until you can do it passively. Consistently deliver this service to your customers excellently well until you can then do it passively. Do it consistently until you can then do it passively. And one of the major things you want to do in your brand, right, is to make every of your customers' contact, make it meaningful, make it memorable and measurable. You understand that? Make every contact you have with the customer, make it meaningful. That means they can tie a meaning to what happened between you and them, not just a random meeting, right? Even if it's a random meeting, let there be a meaning to what happened that day, because people's mind, right, is currently clustered, right? You get the point. Because even in Nigeria right now, if you leave your house once, you would hear, before you get to where you're going to, you would have heard maybe 1,000 people talk to your ears. So make your meeting with your customers every time, make it meaningful. Add a meaning to your customer interaction. Make everything when they see your product anywhere, let it send them a meaningful message. If they see your service anywhere, or if they meet you in person, either your product or your service or you in person, let there be a meaning to what they met you. To them meeting you. Tie a meaning to that particular stuff. Tie a meaning to it. The second one is to be memorable. Make them remember meeting you. Right? Make them remember meeting you. For instance, now, before I take any of my sessions, right, I used to look for things that make you guys remember me. You can get the point, because you must. It's a must. Either my face, either you must. You get the point, right? So make it memorable, because if they don't remember you, they will not come back to you. You get the point. So out of sight is out of mind. So they must remember you frequently to want to come to you. They must remember. So make your products memorable. So for instance, now I saw one ad once, and till today is in my head. It's stuck in my head. The guy made a graphic design. It was a product. It was a session for money psychology. Okay, the first one is to make it meaningful. That's the first thing you must do with all your customers' contacts. Make it meaningful. The second is to make it memorable. So memorable means that it must be remembered. I was saying that I saw a particular ad on money psychology. The guy created a brain. I don't know. You know the picture of a brain, right? That picture of a brain. The guy used dollars to create that picture. Until today, I saw that picture maybe some months back, but today it is still on my mind, because that picture did not leave my mind. It was a memorable sight. You get the point, right? Make your product also memorable. For instance, now, if you see Ltforce logo, right? You cannot forget it ever. You would frequently remembering the logo, because it is a memorable logo. It looks, you can remember that logo every now and then. So you need to make your brand, make your product, make your contact with your customers memorable. And the third one is to make it measurable, right? Make it what they can measure, right? They can. So when I engage this person, I was here, but now I'm here. You get the point. Give it. Let them see a chance to measure what happened between the both of you. You can also send them a chance to survey. To review your service with them. You can send them a survey link to review how you serve them. Make it measurable. You get the point, right? So, and that is to say also that it could be badly measured, right? Or it could be positively measured. So you don't want to be measured in a bad light, right? So deliberately serve them all you can in a good light. All right. So when I said here, I used a Bible verse here. I said soft and gentle and thoughtful answers keep away route, but harsh and painful and careless words stir up anger. So with your customers, right, you must choose to be soft, gentle, and thoughtful, right? With all your customers, both happy, unhappy, irate, and all, satisfied, and all, you must choose to be soft, gentle, and thoughtful. I didn't get that, sir. Okay, I said with your customers, right? Okay, I said it is Proverbs 15 verse 1. It's a noble verse actually, so you can check yourself. It says soft and gentle and thoughtful answers turn away wrath, while harsh, painful and careless words stir up anger. So if your words to your customers are careless, painful, or harsh, it will cause them to be angry with you. But if they are soft, if they are soft, they are gentle, and they are thoughtful. And thoughtful means that before you say what to say, you think about it. You think about the effect it will have on your customers before you produce, because customer experience does not just begin during the interaction, it begins before, right? We currently have what we call UI UX, right? It's called customer experience, right? Customer interaction and customer experience. So even your design, what will it look like in their faces? Will it look too harsh on them? Will it look too... Just think about all those things too before you put out any of your product aside or design aside. But it must be soft, it must be gentle, it must be thoughtful when you are giving your customers response or talking to them. And I said there that if you understand this, right, if you understand this particular verse, having a thoughtful, a soft and a gentle response, then you've already understood a large part of this class. If you can understand giving your customers soft, gentle and thoughtful response. I always say that angry plus angry equals to angry, but angry plus soft would bring down the anger. There's no way I want to do it. For instance, now if I came here and I say praise the Lord in a very loud voice, you would respond to me in the same energy. But if I said, oh, glory to God, hallelujah, you would give me that same energy. So that's the way it is. So if he's angry with you or they are angry with you, they don't like you before, right? And you give them a soft, gentle and thoughtful answer or response, they will think they are foolish, one, and they will become on the call. You get the idea? They'll think they are am I the one that is mad? What's really wrong with me? That's the thing, yeah. Because it will put to you, you have a girlfriend and you are saying, are you okay? Blah blah blah. And you say, I'm sorry. You feel like para back for me now, para for me back. Let us para together. But what she says is sorry. Your anger is turned away instantly. So you too, you must look for every means to be soft, gentle, and thoughtful when managing your customers. If not, you can turn them away. You can even send them away. Say, that's the point. And if you can understand this particular verse, Proverbs 15 verse 1, then you understood a large part of customer service. So moving forward is to how do I turn a one-time customer to a repeat customer? How do I turn a one-time customer to a repeat customer? I like to say that every person you meet, every customer you encounter, have the potential to be a repeat and a loyal customer. Every time you meet a customer, that person can either be a repeat customer and also be a loyal customer, right? So it is your attitude towards them that will make them either stay with you or not stay with you. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, guys. I have to take water. I've been talking since 3 days now, like back to back. I'm sorry about that. So I said that every customer that you encounter with, either on a one-time gig or a repeated gig, can be a repeat customer, can be a loyal customer to you. Just a way to just service them the right way, right? And I already explained to you that you must be gentle in your service to them, gentle, soft, and thoughtful. So, Bible was saying in John 6, verse 26, it is the story where Christ, right? Christ Christ offered them bread, right, a day before. On the next day, when he got to the same seashore, he already found them in their numbers, and they were there like as though they came to come and hear Christ, right? But Christ said to them, "Verily, verily, verily, I say unto you, that you look for me not because of the signs I performed, but because you had loaves of bread yesterday." You get the point. So don't be saying you come with me because say unlike me, or because say I satisfy your hunger when you came here yesterday. So the same thing also. If you get your customer satisfied, then we go say that you because you ate loaf and you had yourself filled. You chop with belly full. So if you can satisfy your customers too in your service, then they will repeat and they will come back over and over again. They would come to you repeatedly, right? And this verse is quite also important for us as believers, if you're a believer yet, because Christ did not just pull men towards himself, because Christ's ministry had crowds, right? But the crowd did not come because of his signs and wonders alone, but because of his heart towards people. People say that before even give them that bread and the fishes, right? People say that when he saw that they were weak and tired, his heart went out for them. So you also as a business person, you must deliberately let your heart go out to your customers. Let your heart reach out to them perpetually, right? You must have empathy. That's the word. You must have empathy for your customers every now and then. Even if you give them the best service, right? You produce the best stuff. You are the best designer. You are the best web developer. But if you don't have love for your customers in your heart, they will not come back to you, right? So they may just even seek you for a few moments and not come back again. But if you offer them all this service and also a quality heart, they would come back to you. Right, so then I said here now that one of those things that you can do to yourself to make your to turn a one-time customer to a repeat customer is to become indispensable. Right, is to become indispensable, and this means that you have integrity of heart and competence of hand. Right, your hands are competent and your heart have integrity. You get the point? Because people don't just buy because you are good at your service. For instance, now if you promised me to deliver a service to me, let's say in the next three working days from now, right? Me as a person, right, I already fixed my mind on you. That okay, Mr. Timothy said by the next 3 days I'll get my design and all. And though you're a very skillful person, competent and all, but on the third working day, 12 p.m. I didn't see any design. 4 p.m. close of business, I didn't see any design. 6 p.m. maybe you are still trying to touch some things, I didn't see. By 7 p.m. I didn't see. 12 a.m. the next day I didn't see. Right. So though you are competent, but I'm only losing my trust in you. Right. So you don't want to always give your customers excuses, right? Be indispensable, and this means that you have to have integrity in your heart and competence in your hand. You don't want to always give excuse. I always say to my guys, if I'm talking to them about branding, that if you say a thing, right, put in actions to make that doesn't happen. Don't come and give us excuse and say, I'm really sorry, my system went bad, I didn't know. Don't give us excuses. Once you say a thing, deliver at your actions. At your word rather. Put in action to meet up with your words. You get the point. So you have integrity and have competence. That's how to become indispensable. So on that point again is to stay consistent. If you are indispensable, if you have integrity and your competence, please stay on that thing consistently. Stay consistent. Don't change or bend your ways in between, right? Because people are really watching you, right? And okay, let me give you the gist. In customer service, right? In customer service, we have what to call QA, where we assess your interactions with customers on a frequent basis, right? And where I currently work, they do it. They do 4 audits per week, and if I imagine that maybe I'm picking calls, right? I'm picking calls. I pick over sometimes I pick over 70 calls in a day. You get the point, right? Let's say average of 70 calls per day for 1 week, right? That's 5 days times 70. Then the QA guys would now pick just 4 calls or 4 emails out of the emails you did in a day to rate you, right? So in master database, we want you to do these things consistently. That any of your things we pick, if we pick anything from you or any of your audits that we pick, we must see the same value system in all your interactions. Not that you're angry, you're happy. You must maintain that same quality all through your interaction. Right. The other one again is how to turn a one-time customer to, a repeat customer is to leverage on your personal brand. Right. Build a name for yourself, then impact your name on your brand. Build a name for yourself, then impact your name on your brand. For instance, now I currently run a leadership academy, and my first 30 students, right, where people have led on one-on-one basis. Okay, I've led them physically, like I've held their hands, lead them to become something great, right? So that's my first my first 30 students in the academy. So that's the idea. Build a name for yourself, build a brand for yourself, then impact your brand on impact your personal brand on your corporate brand. Impact your personal brand on your corporate brand. That is to say that, for instance, now if you are a person of integrity, right, that stays and do, right, like God will, like God, right. If you then own a corporate brand, right, people would believe that you are that same person. That brand is going to be just like a second piece of yourself. So if you build a brand for yourself and then pack your personal brand on your corporate brand. Then the last point, the fourth point here is to amplify the value you communicate. I don't want to know I want to do it, but look for every means you can to amplify your value. Social media, Instagram, any I want to do it, look for a way to amplify your value. And please, I beg you, I don't know if you are social or not social, but consistently talk about what you do and what your brand is all about. Consistency. I don't know how you would do it, but consistently talk about what you do and what your brand is doing also, because if you don't talk, you are talking. If you don't talk, you are talking in silence, right? That means if you don't talk about yourself, that you are saying, I don't trust my abilities, I'm not sure I can deliver, or I'm too busy to talk about myself. If you give me that's the idea. If you don't talk about your brand frequently, you are saying something to us. Like me now, if you don't talk about brand, I don't want to believe in you, because the thing they talk about, I want to know say you sabi wetin they do. You get the point, right? So talk about your brand consistently. Amplify the value you are communicating. Amplify the value you are communicating. Paul was saying to us in Bible that I, Paul, I elevate my office. That means I know say my office not to day like that. I know meet class when they come. I know deal with them when they are alive. But I, Paul, I'm an apostle, and I would amplify my office. That means I will go and learn. I will take courses online to amplify my office. You also find every way you can to amplify your value system. Go and take courses. Go and learn how to do these things, right? How to do it better, then increase your value. Because if you don't increase in value, you cannot increase in reward. You cannot increase in money. They don't pay you. If you don't increase in value, who will pay you plenty money? If you are sewing the same kind of clothes or doing the same kind of design or kind of website, holding this like 75 pages website, who will not come and meet you. We want a very simple, sharp, and direct website, not those WAP quick website that we're watching. That those you get the point. That we must involve also. You must amplify your value system, amplify your value upon yourself. And the last point right now is to empower and engage your employees. Empower and engage your employees. If you are the only staff of your firm currently, empower and engage yourself. I don't know how you do it, but frequently talk to yourself. Host a meeting for only you and be in the meeting. Encourage yourself, right? Like David in the Lord, encourage yourself. Only you stand in your room and talk to yourself. Just get encouraged, get motivated, and empower yourself to with the right tools and knowledge to implement to increase your brand and also serve your customers right. Then I'm saying lastly now that you cannot deny that the tech industry had a tremendous impact on customer service. It is now a good time for the service also to have impact on the tech industry. And I think with this, my few points, I'm done with my class.